Animal Crossing City Folk here. What? What? So, technically, I did not do, I only did this for New Horizons. However, way back in the day, there was a guy, I want to say his name was Red Panda Gamer, or something along those lines. And he did this for City Folk. He played City Folk every day for a year, and I watched that series at the time and really enjoyed it. And so this is me, doing that, but for this new game. Of course, New Horizons came out at some point, or New Leaf, because that series was before New Leaf. Okay, so they're building the museum. Grateful for everyone's cooperation. Sorry to inconvenience you for today. Hope having the museum completed by tomorrow will be a little setback. Timmy and Tommy's shop is open. 8 to 10. Or simply use your drop-off box. We've added a new catalog service to Nook Shopping. Let customers see a record of items they bought. Go directly through the catalog. Resident services. Okay, so that's something we'll have to do. Hello? This is Tom Nook. The getaway package? Yes, of course. Okay, so this is Judas, or whatever his name was from the other day. So sorry to put you on hold. Full overview of the... Yeah, that Red Panda Gamer thing was so long ago that at the time on YouTube, you weren't allowed to make playlists over 200 videos. So he had to do 2 playlists, one with the first one, or one with the first 200, and one with the second 165. I remember that. I know YouTube's got tons of problems, but they have, over the years, made a few improvements. Oh, that was not what I was expecting. New York Stars living. Yeah, that happens. So the big thing today is turnips. This is our first chance to get turnips. If I remember correctly, and it's been a while, the first set of turnips you get in this game are guaranteed to be decent. Yeah, we got a house on the first... We've had a house since the second day. I got the house almost immediately. Listen, while turnips can be a scam, if you play the game right, they'll be the biggest profits you ever make. It's like, it's gambling. High risk, high reward. But the game is rigged on the, kind of like how, allegedly, according to Family Guy, casinos put machines that pay off bigger at the front of the casino to, lure people in. Turnips, the first week of turnips, will always pay out at least a little bit. So as long as we can play the game today and make money off of turnips, we'll be all good. It's just a question of, can we play the game? That's that taken care of. Oh my gosh. Our snow boys are melting. The Max Pokey. I don't know. After we had in the original series, oh hey, look, everybody else has a house as well. We got rich after like one turnip. We had turnip prices at like, I want to say it was $5.90, and after that, we never needed money again. Oh, probably not. I have no sense of fashion. Because they don't do small time investments. You either go big or you get nothing. Exactly, fashion in real life, exactly what it says on the tin. Hey, Daisy May. Hello there, I'm Daisy May. Do you know Gam Gam? She seems to know an awful lot of folks. Anyway, she said I'm old enough now to help with the family business, so here I am. I'm going to tell you what the family business is. I'm selling turnips. You heard of the Sow Jones stock market? I'll be here every Sunday morning with a fresh crop of turnips, so come and say hi any times. Oh, phooey, Daisy May, you forgot the sales pitch. Graham told me enough times. I ought to remember how this goes by. So, do you want to hear about the Sow Jones stock market? Sure. I have never worn jeans in my life. I'll tell you that. Turnips are cute little root vegetables that are good pickings and stewings. Graham always says the stock market turnips are selling, not eaten. I always forget. Anyway, if you time things right, they can be mighty nutritious for your bank account. Yeah, sure, let's hear it. Let's see then. Oh yeah, the whole point of buying turnips so you can turn around and sell them for a profit. Graham's always saying something about turning profit. Anyway, you know Timmy, right? He's always on the market for buying stuff. Yeah, keep going. I do my best to explain carefully. So you don't want to buy these turnips and keep them for too long. They rot after 1 week. If you buy some from me on Sunday, you got to remember to sell them before next Sunday. Graham always says there's nothing worse than a tent full of rotten turnips. Oh, your hard old Ben's is worse. You're going for 91 bells. Alright, so let me check. So it's been a while since I've done this. But yeah, basically, I mean, there's a chance they completely falter, but because it's our first week, it's a pretty good bet that we get good turnip prices. Yep, let's do it. Never eaten a turnip, are they? Turnips, it depends on what they're put in. Yeah, same thing with beetroot. It just depends on what, you know, what they're used for. Alright, I guess we'll keep all the turnips near the house. So we are going to do a little bit of money grinding to try to get more turnips. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I've never had raw turnip. Why? Turnips are one of those things that you don't exactly eat raw. They're not exactly, you know, meant for that. We should pick all of our apples. So here's the museum under construction. So that'll be ready by tomorrow. We should also go check on the shop, which is over here. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, I've got such a cough this morning. Alright, let's go see what the shop's got for our offer. So this is our rinky-dinky shop. We will never actually upgrade the shop by the time the series ends. It takes 30 days for the shop to do its one and only upgrade. So we will never see the fully upgraded shop. I was worried when I heard you guys were all moving to a deserted island, but this is much nicer than I imagined. So nice. Even though we haven't been here all that long. It's just a short time Blathers has moved in, we're able to open the shop. Experiencing a new thing every day has been a lot of fun. Actually, I came here to check things out, see if you needed any assistance. It's our way of celebrating our new shop, you know. My sisters like to help where we can. Any ideas come to mind? You're too kind. We're just overwhelmed. Come to visit. Hey, I think... Come to mind? Well, you still have some logistical challenges to overcome depending on your mail orders. Having the shop should make it a bit easier for us to obtain ready-made goods. Still need a clothing supplier. Oh, someone tells me today's your lucky day. Turns out, it's really not difficult for us to get to this island. How about if I stop by every so often to sell some of our wares? Oh, do you really mean it? Our residents would be overjoyed. Of course, silly, if you can sell goods, it's a win-win situation. With that settled, I should head home and work out the details with my sister. Yes, please do that. Can't wait to see you here again. I'm a big fan of the Able sisters. I find them very charming. So it's always good to see them. Our shop is named after in honor of our president, Nook. Welcome to Nook's Cranny. You can see we're offering ready-made furnitures and made as DIY projects. Also in the back we've got tools, wallpapers, and floorings. You fulfill your shopping needs. So we are admittedly like super broke right now, so there's not much we can do. Hey, there's that megaphone. Duster? DIY for beginners. Test your DIY. I think those are new. A vaulting pole, a slingshot, a watering can, a shovel, and pitfall. Okay. I do remember on the bingo, fall into a pitfall is one of them. So we will need to get that. Okay, and we got some flooring and whatnot. Alright, so there's the shop. That's good that we finally have that. We still need to get a ladder. But I'm assuming that'll come in due time. Nah, I think that's boring. Like, if they had, like... So, the old Animal Crossings used to have, like, at least New Leaf had, like, mini-games you could play. And if one of the mini-games they did was, like, laser tag or, you know, little, like, dart guns or, like, Nerf guns, I think that could be fun. Because I wish this game had some, like, mini-games in it where you could, like, oh, you invite your friends over to your island and then you, like, play, like, tag or hide and seek or something like that. I think that would be really charming. But no, there's just nothing like that in this game. And, like, oh, you know, you have your friends come over to your island and then there's just not much to do. Like, the new Dream Islands are interesting because then you and your friends can, like, build together. But even still, that's not a big thing. And it really is a missed opportunity. Players want stuff to do. And yeah, if they did, like, you know, laser tag or, you know, darts, that could be fun. But it's just, Nintendo just doesn't want to do that for some reason. Yeah, there used to be one where there was like a gyroid, or not a gyroid, it was like a little robot. And you could use Mr. Rossetti, and you could like walk around it, and like you would chase after it and try to hit it with a hammer. And it was kind of cute. And yeah, this game just doesn't really have anything like that. I don't know, I guess Nintendo just wasn't interested. So close. Okay, so I think the head needed to be a little bigger. That's the second one we've screwed up. Ah, shucks. Ooh. Oh, yeah, okay, I remember burying that yesterday. I was like, wait, why is there something buried on the beach? I don't remember that being a thing that could happen in this game. Nah, it is. Okay, so we got all the fossils we need. Now we can... In theory, all we need to worry about is bells. We want to make bells. We do have to do Tom Nook's thing, so we'll do that as well. The two easiest ways I can think about trying to make bells... Well, obviously we got to hit the money rock, but we should collect all the fruit on the island. That'll make us a few thousand. The money rock makes us at least 10,000. So that's something we gotta do as well. I don't know, 91 for turnip prices is... It's not terrible, but I also do think it's... I want to say the lowest they can get is like in the 70s. So having 91 as a starting price. I want to say the highest is 120. So it's probably right smack in the middle. I don't know. It actually might be on the... There's a chance it's actually on the lower end. And I'm just misremembering things. Because it's been a while. Yeah, I'm hedging all of our bets on turnips this week. And if it blows up in our face, we're in trouble. I should really just clean up. I don't know. I'm waiting to unlock the mountain, and then I think we'll clean up all the weeds. We'll get rid of, you know, all the trash. It's a term used for the Animal Crossing community describing the type of avatar. I think it's like an avatar type or a version or something. Basically, in the original Animal Crossing game, has like a version 1 avatar where you can only customize the entire outfit as a whole, but something like NWW Horizons is like version 5 avatar where you can customize everything. I mean, I can't think of any. I mean, different types of villagers, different generations of villagers. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what word you're looking for. No, let me see if I can find the bottle real quick. There it is. Tea table. Sure. Back up with those. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how we went from, you know, we used to cover the island in turnips from shore to shore, and now we can barely afford 5. Admittedly, I did put a lot of money into a money tree, so that's definitely where some of that's gone. We should go see Bud as well. I still have not booted up. I keep saying I'm going to boot up New Leaf, and I'm like, oh god, booting up New Leaf again. It's just been so long. Here you are, make yourself at home. Guess what? I finally own something. I have a house. It's got walls, floors, even a ceiling. I can finally do jumping jacks without ripping a hole in my house. I think Bud was... I definitely had a lion. My guess would be Bud. But it could be any other one of the lions. I just can't remember. Alright, let's hit our rocks on this side of the border. And, like, even getting materials, not a bad thing. We do need materials at this point. Every little thing is valuable. So I've realized when we auto lock onto something, if we're facing left, we will always go up. And if we're facing down, we will always move left. I admittedly have not tried, like, placing the holes on the right to see which way we move, or at the bottom. But so far, you know, what we're doing is working. So, like, if I place a hole here and here, it's guaranteed that we'll go, as long as we lock ourselves in place, we will go in that direction. It is basically guaranteed. Like, it has been so far consistent that every time I've done this, it has worked out. We go in the same direction. It's just how the game's coded. Oops. Okay, we got one more rock over here. Not the money rock either. We'll find it. I think we do also have to break a rock at some point. I don't know. We start off with 4 on our main area. Oh, and there's a tree back here. I'm gonna have to remember that. And then there's one up there. And I would assume there's one in the mountains, a rock. But I genuinely don't know. I just know we've got some big terraforming projects ahead of us. That's all I know for sure. It's just one away. There's our money rock. Okay, we do need these bells. I mean, that basically gives us back what we spent on the money tree. Alright, that's more or less all the fruit on the island. Well, we do need to hold on to the fossils. We can sell all that fruit and start making profits. It's not going to be that much. Because, you know, it is same fruit, same island. But it's gonna be, you know, it's money we need. We cannot take turnips today. Price is set in the morning and the afternoons. And of course you can go to other islands. I'll pay you later. I'm gonna guess maybe At most, it's like 8,000. Okay, no, 9,000. I was like, I knew it's less than 10. So I went with 8. Pick the bunch, pick a bunch of fruit. Okay, so if I remember correctly, best way to make some quick money is diving. That the stuff you get from diving is just worth more. So I think that's what we'll do, at least for this first run. So far, we've invested like 4,000 in turnips. I would love to invest, in theory, another, 40,000. I don't know how realistic that is, but that's what I want to do. Yeah, okay, there's a Pascal for... Or there's a scallop for Pascal. There's Jaws out there. Shark attacks are overblown. As I have learned the hard way, that, Jaws, did more damage for sharks. And people have worked hard for the past, 50 years to undo that damage. No, I haven't been bitten by a shark. I've just known some, let's say some people with special interests about sharks who love to talk. Oh boy, do they love to talk. And I mean, who am I to judge? But also... people think sharks are cool. Oh, look at that. It's an octopus. It can give 4 hugs at once. I mean, they do a Shark Week every week on or not every week. They do a Shark Week every year on Animal Planet or whatever. Discovery Channel? Yeah, let's go with Discovery Channel. People like sharks. I'm trying to remember the thing about, Shark Week. And it's Shark Week was originally created by somebody. And it was originally oh yeah, we're gonna do this Shark Week thing. And it only passed because he was a higher up in the company. And nobody else believed in it. And then it was the Discovery Channel's biggest week when it came to airings. But I can't remember exactly who was it. Got a pearl oyster. It wasn't... Was it an actor? It was somebody who you wouldn't think... It wasn't a David Zaslav, but it was somebody random like that. Who pitched Shark Week. And it was a big deal. I can't remember. I don't know, the only Shark Week thing I ever watched... Because I don't really watch Shark Week. I don't have cable TV. But I remember watching Michael and Gavin for their big shot episode of Immersion, which was during a Shark Week. They went and got in a cage with tiger sharks or something like that. I don't know, that was a fun video. That was years. I wonder where you find that video. Because that was on like TV. I wonder if it's on Disney Plus. Because I know it wasn't on YouTube. So the one sea creature I know we do need is a lobster. I was looking at something the other day, and it was like, oh yeah, you know, you got to get a lobster by the end of January, or else you can't get one. Right? They go away at the end of January. Hey, a pearl. That's nice. Which, God, I remember, because they originally released diving in this game. So it was like in May or June. And by that point, the spider crab was already out of season, and we had to wait basically a full year until it came back into season. And that sucked. Because other than that, we had basically completed the museum, but we had to wait forever for the spider crab to come back into season. Let's just drop it. I remember that being a miserable time. Yeah, but I don't time travel. I actually think, if I remember correctly, we ended up getting one by visiting someone in the Southern Hemisphere. We visited somebody in Australia, and it was through them that we were able to get a spider crab. I guess we're just leaving that sewing box here again. Alright, I gotta go put some stuff in the house, and then we'll sell everything else. Or I'm gonna put some stuff on the beach first, actually. Ah, shucks. Alright, let's put octopus. And I think that's all we need to place. I think everything else we can more or less sell. I saw this balloon. I don't know if we'll be able to... it'll be close, but we can try. Ah, crap. Where did it go? Oh, it is a money balloon. Come on. Just give it to me. Okay, there's some good money. Yeah, I mean, at that point, they just become normal trees. But, yeah. I wish you could put other stuff on trees. Like, when the game first came out, there was a glitch that you could get other items on trees, and people were making like star trees, and that was really cool. Like, I like the idea of decorative trees. That's fun. Well, yeah, the mod for it was inspired by, you know, real events. Originally, it was a bug in the game, though. Alright, let's put some stuff away. We should have worn that mermaid tiara. You could fishing rod trees. Yeah. Let's just drop these on the floor. I mean, we're gonna redeem them tomorrow. We'll keep these on us just because we'll probably pick up some more weeds over time. Let's see, what was that tiara? Look at that. Isn't that cute? Yeah, you know, for all the... I saw somebody on TikTok sometime in the past week talk about how, like, when, you know, there are people who complain about this game that for all the added customization options they did, you know, this game goes above and beyond on customization. For some people, it doesn't go far enough. Like, the fact that everything's on, like, a grid system, some people find disappointing. And, like, in theory, I get the complaint that, like, you want more customization. But there are people who actually hate this game because it has too much customization. But there are certain things where it's like the fact that there is no way to buy a mannequin to display your... the fact that you cannot buy a mannequin in this game to display your clothes is actually really surprising. Like, that seems like such an obvious thing. And the fact that you can't do that is weird. Like, if you want to display clothes, you gotta, like, hang them on a wall or something. No, you should be able to, like, buy a mannequin to show off your clothes. Can you mod? As far as I know, you cannot mod the Switch 2 at this moment. I mean, people are obviously working on it. But as of this time, the system's still too new. How the hell do you hate it for too much customization? So, the whole too much customization complaint is... It's an old... Like, it's been around basically as long as this game's been out. And it stems from the fact that people think that this game gives you too much freedom. That's the worst part about the mannequin thing, is there are mannequins, but you cannot buy them. Other people use them. They're used in clothing shops. But in New Leaf, you could actually buy mannequins. And they're just not in this game. But going back to the point, is that in older Animal Crossing games, you had less creative control. Like, in New Leaf, you could only build, like, certain public works projects. You couldn't terraform your island. You couldn't even place objects outside of your house. Like, you were much more limited on what you could do. But in exchange, the game had a lot more charm. Villagers were a lot, you know, had more depth to them. There were certain aspects of the game that, you know, instead of focusing on customization, the development time focused on other things. And so people feel like this game, by putting so much focus on customization, they didn't put as much focus on the villagers. And as a result, all villagers kind of just feel the same. They all say the same things over and over again. And I understand that complaint. To be fair, it's not one, like, I think the complaint that villagers are not as interesting as they used to be, and that this game has a lot of customization, are two separate complaints. That just because you can't, just because villagers aren't expressive doesn't mean that the game can't also have good customization. I think a good game would be able to do both. But some people disagree. Some people think you can only have one or another, and that because this game chose being customizable, it lacks everywhere else. That the game kind of needs to be broad, so that way no matter what you change on your island, everything will be the same. It's basically that because the game is so customizable, we're living in like a diorama set, whereas old Animal Crossing games felt like you were living in a village with, real people. I mean, they were still, code and animals, but people thought that the old games were a lot more charming, whereas the new ones just aren't. Playing Fire Red. A lot of Nintendo games and consoles. Yeah, like people complain that, new villagers don't get mad. That if you play like the GameCube Animal Crossing, villagers used to be mean. And now they just aren't. Now it's just, hey, they don't disagree with you. Or if they do, it's just a slightly sarcastic yes. I have no idea. I genuinely don't know where you go with the next Animal Crossing game. Like I don't want to see an island again. I feel like they did good on an island. I know the rumor for a while was that the next game was going to be all about a city. That they were kind of going to bring back aspects of city folk. And that you were going to be like working at you were going to be building up the city. And I get that. I could see that. I also liked someone suggested that like maybe we do like Animal Crossing in like a different setting. So maybe it's like Wild West Animal Crossing. That, you're a pioneer going out into the Wild West and founding a new village, like a frontier town. And I think that could also be fun. Make it all period appropriate. Go back and play around with the setting and the theming. That could be more interesting. But yeah, also making a metropolis. That's... Is there anything we can swap it for? No. That's also not a terrible idea. Making a metropolitan city. The one thing I really want is that I love the idea of actually being able to make a city. Because New Horizons, if you go to the Happy Home Paradise, you're able to build like a hospital and a school and a restaurant. And then the new update added a hotel. I love the idea of what if instead of, doing that on like a separate island, what if we were able to build that on our own island? What if our own island we could build a restaurant and a hotel? Like, I'm kind of disappointed the new hotel is out on the docks. I would actually much prefer if the hotel had been, a new structure we could place, kind of like the museum back there. I think that's more interesting. But no, instead it's just, oh yeah, they've expanded the dock. And I guess people are mad about the hotel because when someone comes and stays at the hotel, they'll also check out your island. Like, they'll go out and explore your island. And some people don't like that because they have, like, certain, like, villager aesthetics where they've selected which villagers live on their island for aesthetic purposes. And these random villagers showing up, like, ruin their aesthetic. And so people are mad about that. But yeah, I'd love to see villagers, work. I know that's the capitalism of it all, but Animal Crossing has always been connected with capitalism. I have no problem with, like, villagers, working jobs Maybe there's stuff like maybe, you know, you start a restaurant and you can pick which items get sold at the restaurant. Stuff like that. All that sounds like a lot of fun to me. You know, you're building a town. But some people just don't want that. Some people want, you know, old school GameCube Animal Crossing. Because the GameCube Animal Crossing dies in like 4 years. Because that game was only programmed to work until 2030. After that, it doesn't work anymore. So that's going to be a real problem, potentially, in the near future. Potentially. All right, let's go see what Nook was talking. We'll do some more diving in a little bit. Hey, Nook. Don't worry about a thing. Yes, we can set up a gateway package right away. Oh, not at all. Set up your move-in date at a later time. Trouble at all, just need to draw off the paperwork. Understood, we'll get back to you very soon. Yeah, I mean, the GameCube games will still work. You just have to lie about what year it is. Suppose you overheard that call. So I've been advertising our getaway package. We have 3 interested parties. Oh, that's great. Quite wonderful. Except for one minor detail. None of the applicants are too fond of the notion of sleeping in tents. I'm afraid I got caught up in the excitement. I have to move. Promise them 3 homes, setting aside land prepared in all the furnishings. But here you are in my hour of need. Would you help me get these homes prepared? Of course, I'll give you the goods and proper thank you for your assistance. Yeah, sure. Never forget this. You're going to need some secret instructions. Alright, what should I do? Ready? Here's what I'm thinking. We really should start by building a bridge across the river. Fun space of land that's easily accessible. I'd like to start by crafting the parts for a DIY. Prime location for the bridge. Done. I just sent you a bridge construction kit. Place the bridge. Good luck. Alright, let's see. What do we have to do to make a bridge? We need log stacks. We need 4 of them. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Just all in one. We can just do all 4. Oh gosh, this game. It's amazing that that feature took multiple years to add. Alright, we got our bridge construction kit. It's per day will give us an award. Let's do... Well, let's check everything, of course. Alright, that's the same thing we've always seen. Nook Shopping is the one I'm more interested in. Oh, we can buy a Nintendo Switch! I'm just looking for some better clothing, man. We've been rocking this same shirt for days now. And I don't need an 8-ball shirt. Okay, so where do... Okay, here's the thing with the bridge. Is that we do have to place this bridge, and the obvious location is over here. The problem is, I do not plan on keeping this river. That at some point, I'm going to dig up this river. At least that is the hope. My hope is... Same thing with the museum right here. The museum is currently right here. At some point, I do want to dig up this museum and move it. But I guess for now, we can just build this stuff here, and it'll be fine. Like, yeah, we'll move it later. I mean, I don't think I kept this bridge around. I built it in our original, and then at a certain point I got rid of it. So I think we'll be fine. Picked a good spot for the bridge. Let the islands connect. Alright, Nook, we built your bridge. So, did you find a good place for the bridge? Splendid. Tomorrow we'll have a new bridge and it'll be easier to get around. It's time to start some homes. Would you like to talk to me about? And we do have to do that ceremony as well. 3 housing kits. Kit comes with a list of furniture required. Be sure to read those lists. Do a golf tournament. Yeah, I kind of forget the golf stuff is even... I kind of forgot the golf stuff was even there. $50 DIY. Was that, that was definitely another bingo thing. I just don't remember if we had it on our list. Alright, so I got 3 house kits to build. Where do I want to build houses? Again, I'm trying to be less controlling this time. No housing district. So we should probably do one over here somewhere. Maybe back here? Nook's Cranny is in a weird spot. But it should be fine. Oh, shit. Can I do it, like, right here on the other side of the tree? Too close to the cliff. Alright, let's see if I can do it right next to the tree. Yeah, that should be fine. My phone's ringing. Hello? Yes, this is Tom Nookington. You found a house. Relieved. Be sure to check the box in front of the plot. Show you what's required. Look nice and decorative. Whatever. What if we get fucked over? Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival 2.0. I don't think we will. It's clear that ND Cube has figured out how to make good Mario Party games, and so I don't think something like Amiibo Festival will ever happen again. Like, yeah, in the moment, it sucked. But we're, you know, years removed from it at this point. I don't think we have to worry about something like Amiibo Festival. I don't want to say ever again, but at least not for a while. Let's... Yeah, that's fine. At some point, we'll have to locate some trees to move the ones we destroyed. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Pokemon Animal Crossing game. I mean, that's just, you know, some of the mini games from Stadium. Oh shit, we got the recipe for the ladder? Oh, we will have to make that. And then I think we put the last house, like, right here. Okay, we're a little too close to the cliffs, but yeah. This is gonna get rid of, like, 4 trees. Yeah, that's fine. I remember years ago seeing a video of a guy that flooded his Animal Crossing island. Yeah, I do remember that. Construction helpers. Alright, so we'll check that in a little bit. The goal would be to get all of that done today. So now that we've got those 3 houses, let's go make a ladder, shall we? We got a lot to do today. Today is more than just turnips. Apple TV. It's an Apple TV. We can watch Pluribus on that. Okay, we need more wood. I guess let's go chop some let's go hit some trees. Maybe I shouldn't have sold all those apples. I guess we can worry about that tomorrow. I know there were some glitches early on in the game with the camera angle. So it might have just been a way to glitch out the camera angle. Or, you know, it could be boundary breaking stuff. I don't know, that could be a fun island where you just turn your entire island into water, except for like the narrow pathways that allow you to get between place and place. We're just gonna keep hitting trees until this axe breaks. I don't think this axe has too much life left in it. I also think we're gonna need that. We're gonna steal that. I think one of the houses do need that. Yeah, I remember that as well. Swimming around in the rivers. There is, as far as I know, the bug that allows you to glitch into the rivers is still in the game. I don't think they patched it out in the most recent update. Could be wrong about that. But as far as I know, yeah, you can still glitch your way into the rivers. I don't know about that one. Yeah, the top cliff level. Ah, I wasn't fast enough. I know there's a way where you can, if you're like real quick with it, you can just get it. You remember a glitch where you place waterfalls a certain way, and you can jump diagonally through them? Maybe, not really. I don't know, there were a lot of glitches, you know, that people were finding when this game came out. But it's an anim. I mean, there's always glitch. It's modern video gaming. There's always glitches. Oh, there goes our axe. Now let's actually leave that there. And today was supposed to be all about turnips. And yes, we've made some. We still need to do more. No glitches at all. Oh, that is never going to happen. Even as, you know, even back to like the early Rockstar days. That's not how it worked. Yeah. No, part of the reason I think the game's getting delayed as much as it is because they want to avoid a cyberpunk situation. Oh, I don't trust... I mean, professional Q&A people? Sure. Specifically, I want them to listen to them. Because, like, as we learned from, like, studios like EA, you know, they hire QA people and then just ignore them. But no, I don't trust gamers as far as I can throw them. Gamers have no idea what they want and what's good. It is inevitable that, you know, someone will pull a let's game it out and just absolutely destroy everything. I do not expect GTA 5 to be a glitchless masterpiece. But all it needs to do is not be unplayable. Because that was Cyberpunk's problem. Is Cyberpunk just had so many glitches that it was kind of unplayable. You can have glitches. It's just, you know, do they take away from the experience? And that's hard to do. Which I know, oh, well, you shouldn't expect video games to have glitches. You know, that shouldn't... Is that really how low the bar is? And yes, that is how low the bar is. That games have just gotten so complicated to make that expecting them to be glitch-free is just unrealistic. Like, literally, Tears of the Kingdom spent a whole year just fixing glitches and bugs, and it still launched with a duplication glitch. So even the best efforts fall short. And it wasn't even like a hard duplication glitch. It was like the easiest duplication glitch I had ever seen. In Tears of the Kingdom, when Tears of the Kingdom released, there was a duplication glitch where you could like jump, hold the drop item button and the shield button at the same time, and it would duplicate all your items that you were like holding in your hand. It was the easiest glitch to perform. It completely changed how you speed ran the game. And yeah. I don't know, I used it back during the playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom I did. We checked it out, you know, we used it. We made infinite diamonds with it. That's one video that I wish did better. My In Search of Diamonds video. I was so proud of that one. I mean, it wasn't perfect. In hindsight, I can think of like 2 things I would change. But it was still, you know, pretty decent. I always wanted to do better than it did. Same thing with all the Splatoon AMVs. I always do. I have been thinking, you know, in 30 days, I'm gonna have to do a new Splatoon not Splatoon, Animal Crossing AMV. I'm gonna have to do, you know, it's tradition. When an Animal Crossing series ends, we do an AMV. And so I just have to figure out what I want to do for Season 3. So far, I haven't had any good ideas, but I'll figure something out. Which anime do I reference this time? Alright, there's 2 axes gone through. Let's go make a ladder, and I guess let's start seeing what we need to make for these houses. I guess we'll start with this one because we're right here. Okay, this one needs a wooden bed, a wooden chair, and a classic pitcher. This one needs log garden, log stool, water pump. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Where is the ladder? There it is. Oh yeah, we definitely like doubled and tripled our wood supply. I should probably make a new axe. We'll make another stone. I know we could make a metal one. We don't need that yet. We got a row. Okay, we need 3 of each rows. I'm just gonna make some medicine. Alright, so I know we needed a clay pitcher, or classic pitcher. I know we needed a water pump. Yeah, I'm assuming you meant Pokemon Lego sets, but honestly, you could have fooled me. I know we needed a water pump. I don't think we're going to have enough clay. I think that's going to be the resource we run out of. I think we needed the wooden bed. And I think we need both those log items. Did you? I was like, that's... Again, that's like 900 bucks. Okay, I'm definitely missing something. But I don't know what from this first set. But we can start off with that. Let's take the medicine. Oh, wow. You think I have that kind of money? I may not be a poor, broke college student anymore, but I'm still a poor, broke man. Okay, so for the interior, bed, chair, pitcher. We got bed, we got pitcher, or we got chair and we got bed. I need to make a chair. Check the exteriors. Garden, stool, water pump. Okay, those are the exteriors. Now we just needed the chair. What, you also want my social security number and my, fucking mother's maiden name? Nah, I'm just playing hardball. You know I'm, let's say lower middle class. Let's be humble. Or lack thereof. I mean, under Trump's America, I probably am low middle class. Alright, everything's good with this house. It's ready to go. Let's see, for this one... Yeah, no. Wood block stereo, wood block table, rose wreath. Garden chair, garden table, bird bath. Okay, I will try to remember that. I definitely won't remember that. Oh, let's do our wheel... Actually, hey, look, that's how I want the wheel to look. Oh, it goes off of our inventory, doesn't it? Okay. Ladder. And there we go. We got full access to the island now. Alright, we're going to need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that should be good for that. What is this? That's another fossil. Oh, but there goes our shovel. That's the first shovel we got. We have not made a new shovel since that first day. That shovel lasted forever. That was a really good shovel. That was our lucky shovel. There's the mouth of a river. Here's our final rock. So yeah, we now have the full island. Should I craft something? Yes. Alright, let's first and foremost make a new shovel. And that's what we need most importantly. Okay, and then I know we needed a reef. I know that was one of the things. Was the reef. So we gotta make that. We need... oh, fuck. I think we need wooden block toy. I hope we needed that. It was wooden block something. Was it natural garden table? Okay, I know bird bath was definitely a thing. Wooden block stereo. That sounds right. And I think that used up our wooden block toy. So we're gonna have to make another one. I think we needed a natural garden table. And then I think we need a natural garden chair. Okay, I think that's everything we needed for house 2. I don't know, I guess we'll see. Alright, let's check interior. Wait, what was the third thing? It was... wooden block table. Okay. And then I think the exterior is... natural garden table. Natural garden chair. And then bird bath. Yeah, works. Yep, there we go. That's done. Replaced. Oh, hey, that's a red balloon. I think that's got a DIY in it. Either that or it's got an item. I like my tiara. We should also look at the haircuts. Now that we have a few more Nook miles. Okay, wooden block table. So we still did need that wooden block toy, which is good. That means we didn't waste any resources. I don't know how long we're going. Probably not longer than like half an hour. Because after we do these houses, we're gonna buy some more turnips with the money we have. We're gonna finish that last house. And then we're going to do that ceremony. For Nook. Alright, this home's ready as well. We should actually just see about turnips since Daisy May at least used to be over here. There she is. Oh, no. God, no. That's like a once-a-week thing. Okay, there's 480. There goes all of our money again. But it was bound to happen. That's enough. We have enough money to pay off our house. Between all these turnips, if we were to have cashed in all these turnips, that would have been enough to pay off the house. Well, what you're gonna... But, you know, we're investing in our future. Alright, let's see. What does this house need? Apple chair, Apple TV, pot. And then for the exterior, it's stone something. Oh, hay bed, swinging bench, and a barrel. We actually do have a hay bed, so I'm just going to go steal that. Waste not, want not, you know? We'll have to make everything else. Okay, swinging bench and barrel. Swinging bench. Barrel. I'm glad I stowed away a few apples, because we just literally sold all of our apples. Okay, we need... I think we need these 3 things. We're gonna barely have enough clay. Oh, fuck, that's all of our apples. Oh, no. We sold all of our apples, and we need another 10 apples. Oh, shit. That means we can't finish that house. What do I have one idea of how we can get some more apples. There's the pot, there's the Apple TV. Let's just pick that up. Hay bed right there. Alright, that's the exterior done. Okay. So that's that all taken care of. But now... how are we going to get 10 more apples? I only have one idea. It's going to use up our Nook miles that I wanted for other stuff. But we kind of don't have a choice. Oh, hey, Nook. So how goes the progress? It's going smoothly. Wonderful, that's what I like to hear. Home construction. I'll have someone in a new home as soon as tomorrow. New, keep up the good work. Alright, let's redeem our Nook points. And let's get a Nook ticket. This could completely blow up in my face. But there's a chance this will work. Still hate that we can't buy multiple of these at a time. That's definitely an oversight. Like, you should be able to buy... Like, they added multi-crafting, but they didn't add multi-purchasing. And that's very clearly an oversight. I'm so used to the airport being blue that it being orange feels kind of off. I want to fly. Nook Miles ticket. Yeah, the airline is just way too text heavy. They could have cut out like 50% of this text, and it probably would still be too much. Don't even get me started about online. God, what were they thinking? Alright, come on. Give me an Apple Island. I know normally I wouldn't ask for that, but I don't want bamboos and I don't want probably cherries. We only got 2 chances. But no, this has what we need. Okay, that's good. We're good. We'll be fine. And I might as well pick up some other stuff while we're here. Because all that iron's nice, all that clay is also nice. DIY recipe is always nice. Oh, wow, there's our first duplicate DIY. It hasn't even been a week, and we've already gotten a duplicate DIY. What a fucking shame. I was thinking about, like, because that was another thing I was thinking about. How do you solve the duplicate DIY problem? Because I do think that's another genuine problem with the game. And I think the easiest way around it is there should be like a recycler where you can put your DIYs that you don't need and it'll give you like points or something like that that you can then use to buy DIYs you want. Some sort of like recycling center would be nice for your old, like, for your unused DIYs. Because if I've learned anything from the last series, having to wait like 250 days just to get a signpost was a miserable experience. But having a way to like make sure that like you're gonna get the DIYs you want, even if it takes a little longer, but that they're still guaranteed, would be nice. Yeah, I think a recycle box. Kind of like if you've played a Scrap Mechanic. Not Scrap Mechanic. Satisfactory. Where there's like the scrap machine in Satisfactory. I'm thinking of something along those lines. That'd be nice to have. Okay, we got the 10 apples we needed. Okay, that was technically the only thing that matters in this trip. All these resources, though, are nice. Like, that is a nice bonus. Alright, I think that's all we... I mean, we can go get some coconuts. But I think that's more or less all we needed here. Alright, let's fly back. Yeah. I'm gonna double check. I'm pretty sure we need to make the apple chair, but I'm obviously going to double check that. Yeah, apple chair. Wait, there it is. It's the apple chair. Alright, and that should be this one complete. And we did it. All the homes are furnished. Alright, we did that all in a single day. That was... I mean, to be fair, I think we did it all in a single day last time. For some reason, I remember... I think the items, outside of, you know, fruit being different and whatnot, I do think that just in general, the items we needed might have also been different. Because I swear when we did that on the original island, we needed stone items. But I also think we needed a clothesline. I don't know, it's been so long that I don't entirely remember. But I would not at all be surprised if it was like, yeah, you know, the items we originally had to get were just straight up different items. Just storing fossils. Alright, so I think this is probably all the turnips we're gonna buy. It's not much, but if it works out in our favor, we could potentially double our money, which would be nice. Hey, Nook. Really? Everything's finished? Now to hurry with the rest of the constructions in Wickham Residence. Finished everything I've asked. Let me give you a token of appreciation. Fencing! You can create yards, gardens. Fencing makes it easier. So as this will lead to some interesting landscaping. 50 pieces of simple fencing. Alright. Alright, now let's... What would you like to talk about? Anything else we need to do? Get the homes ready so nothing springs to mind. Do my part and welcome new residents as soon as possible. Alright, with that, let's do this whole ceremony. The completion of Nook's Cranny. Yep. Yeah, we've got a lot of ceremony. We're gonna have this one. We're gonna have the museum. We got a lot of ceremonies coming up. Now then, welcome to our dedication to Nook's Cranny. Thank you. It truly started off as a deserted island. There's so much here now. I mean, Tommy to say a few words. Thanks, because of you we've opened our shop. Brother and I will work hard to make it the best shop it can be. Made this valuable contribution. Anything to add? Woo. Woo. You bring some of your clothes. Commemorative photo. Well, this concludes our ceremony. Please take care. Alright, so how much time do we have? We've got like 10 minutes. I guess let's do a little bit of fishing maybe. Sell what we can. And then the rest we'll see if we can buy like one more batch of turnips. Because Daisy May leaves at noon. I think we need to keep that coral as well while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, sea bass. Oh, we can't get by there. Ooh. Oh, shit. It's pond smelt? Is pond smelt new? I don't think we had pond smelt. I could totally be wrong, but that seems new. Okay, that one's out of our reach. Yellow perch definitely isn't. Oh, that house is already sold up there. That's changed in the last, like, 2 minutes. Ah, shit. Sea bass. Oh, okay, it's just a hollow flounder. Horse mackerel. I think we've definitely gotten a horse mackerel before. I just don't think we donated it. Oh, shit. I thought I was too far away. Oh, hey, look, there's our other boot. That'll give us a new pair of shoes. Alright, this will be the last thing. We'll go sell everything. And we'll see how many more turnips we can get. Welcome. I want to sell. We're just going to sell everything. Ooh, actually, don't we need those giant clams? Done. 5,000. Okay, that ain't much. But it'll be fine. Alright, I do have a second. Let's go see whose house this is. This is Rodeo. I kept calling him Judas because I couldn't remember his actual name. Yeah, Rodeo. And I'm surprised when we went to the island there wasn't anybody. Normally I would expect someone chilling out on that island. Yeah, these are our last set. By 60. So there goes all of our money into the turnip economy, into the stock market. God, I hope it pays off. Alright, so we can make that mermaid vanity. And we should be able to make boots as well. Yeah, recycled boots. Nope, I think we're all done. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, I think that's it for today. You know, the big thing was just turnips. We got our turnips. Now we just have to hope it pays off and we get a good turnip price, and then we can reinvest that all into the house. I'm trying to think when Isabel shows up. Because I know Isabel shows up sooner or later. Okay, let's see who's moving into this house. Marina. Oh, shit. And what about you? Patty. I don't know who Patty is, but Marina's one of our OGs. She was on our New Leaf Island, or our original island, for years. Wait, not for years, but you know, she's one of those classic villagers. That's a cool get. Admittedly, I was going to try to avoid any, you know, villagers who we've already had. I was going to make like a conscious effort to be like, oh, well, you know, I like Octavio, but we already had Octavio on our island, so no more Octavio. But I guess that's not the case. It's a bitterling. Alright, so we're gonna end off, and then tomorrow we'll come back, we'll have new villagers, we'll have a museum, we'll start playing the stock market. I think it'll be fine. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day as well. Yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. We went, you know, I said we were going to go for like 2 hours. We went for basically exactly 2 hours. So, yeah. Anything else? Yeah, let's just hold on to that. Put these in storage. Sure, I'll put that in storage. We'll put these in storage for now. And there we go. Mermaid vanity. And you know what that does allow us to do? Is change our looks. Admittedly, I don't plan on changing anything because, you know, we haven't really unlocked anything. We can finally get our ponytail. Hey, this is the... Hey, look at that. That's our hair. But also, we got that hair. I guess we did unlock some new hairstyles. Eyes, nose, cheeks. I didn't even think about cheeks. I don't even think we looked at that page. And we've got custom designs. And we can choose our fit. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to end off for today. You know, we did everything we needed to. And now look at us. So yeah, we need to get an actual bed. Maybe we should have done that. In the future, it'll be a future thing. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to end off for today, day 4. We're making good progress. I haven't checked the bingo board since day 1. But besides for, plant an apple tree, I'm pretty sure we've done most of them at this point. Or, I'm pretty sure we've at least done something. I'll have to actually look into it. But I'm pretty sure we've at least done like 1 or 2 things. And sometime before day 7, we'll do an apple tree. But that's my plan is... I don't know, do we check in on bingo boards every week? Or on day 5? Every 5th day. Because if we do it every Thursday, we'll do the 22nd, the 29th, the 5th, and the 12th. And then the series ends on a Sunday. At least I think it ends on a Sunday. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It ends on a Friday? I guess, yeah, 31 days. I guess we do it, yeah, every Thursday. So maybe that'll be the plan. I think that'll work out. But no, I think that's where we're going to end for today. We will be back in the future. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll hopefully, turn ups and see whatever turnips are, as well as figure out everything else. We're making good progress. We finally can explore the entire island. We've got plenty of villagers who have moved, or who are going to be moving in. We've got museum. Yeah, we're making good progress. I do have my long-term ambitions. Admittedly, I don't think my long-term ambitions are going to be as ambitious as I think they are. Because while we will definitely unlock terraforming within the next, week or 2, for what I want to do, I kind of want to re-terraform the whole island. And that's going to take some time. So I don't know if we're even going to have time to do that before the series ends. But I have ideas. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to end off. We will be back tomorrow with more. And until then, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Till next time. Peace.